You can turn that off. That'd be great.
Why?
Cause I'm asking you to. Cause we've just gone live. That's all.
What are we gonna do for 8 minutes though?
No. I'm okay. Well, we can talk, but anyway, that's fine. I put up the stream schedule. Can you see it? And you're not watching the stream, right? So
No,
you can't see
no,
it.
but I can real quick. Just open this stuff up. Oh crap! I gotta re-download Twitch. For some reason, my phone likes to take off apps every now and then, and I have to re-download.
That's weird.
Them from the cloud. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez.
What?
What?
I don't know why you keep saying "oh geez, oh geez."
I was just I was doing Rick and Morty stuff. I'm gotten into that show actually. So let's see. So you're starting with Destiny and then ending with Destiny.
Yep.
Let's see. Also got Origami, Doom, Delicate Heroes, Hello Neighbor, Journey to the Savage Planet, Arcade, Punchy Pussyfoot. What's West of Dead?
Just another game that's on Game Pass.
Yeah, but what's that about?
It's a stylized looking shooter.
What's Observation?
It's kind of a cool space station type game. I played a little bit of it.
So have you ever thought about us trying to do something more mainstream of what everybody else is looking into?
What did you just say?
Nikki mentioned something offhand. Maybe doing game streams of Minecraft, Among Us, some of these very popular games.
Okay, well, seeing as how everybody does streams of Minecraft and Among Us, then that just we're no different than any. We're just part of the noise.
Exactly. But that's the thing. People aren't looking for new stuff. They're looking for stuff they've seen all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm trying to. This is not my normal stream stuff. This is just going to be, hey, me playing and having people stop by with a variety of different kind of games. Because
I'm not talking about your charity stream. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general. What if we tried doing more mainstream stuff?
Okay. The only things I really stream are Overwatch and Destiny and sometimes Skyrim. How are those not mainstream?
Because they're not new.
I don't care if they're new. Buddy, have you seen the number of people that watch Destiny streams?
Have you seen the number of people who watch your streams?
Okay, I'm really not going to I'm going to work to not start getting angry at this little conversation. So
I was just making a joke.
So I mean, I'm going to move on and get everything ready to go. Now I want to check and see what the stream looks like. I got nothing running right over my end. So, did you see our movie for next time? Did you look in our chat?
No, not yet.
You have to scroll up past my movie notes.
Okay.
You see it?
So. Oh, okay. These are just the notes for the current thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my notes for the movie.
Alright, so Amazon comedy destination wedding. Okay.
Are you rolling or am I?
You're rolling because I don't have the energy for this, Dad. I honestly don't.
Goodness gracious. All right, fine. Got it. No problem.
I'm not trying to sound like a.
Can we move on?
Babe, your pizza's here. Oh yeah. Okay.
When she gets her pizza, we'll start.
All right. What else you get?
I got stuffed crust, cheese pizza with peppers and mushrooms and orange.
Nice. So you got a bunch of veggies.
Yes, I like veggies. I'm a veggie eater.
And I'm a meat eater.
We ready?
No, not yet. We're gonna be in like 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay. Sorry, I can't see you, so I don't know.
Why can't you see me?
Oh wait, I got to go to Zoom. Sorry. Sorry. I was looking at slobs.
Man,
I was looking at slobs.
You were making me worried like my freaking camera was busted.
I'm just getting old and going blind.
Alright, we can go live now if you want.
Okay.
Oh, babe, can you hand me that box of tissues? Thank you. Love you. No, not yet.
I wanted to.
Kiss for good luck.
A little kiss for good luck, huh, babe?
All right.
I love that
And
woman.
we're going to go live now. You ready?
All right. Yep.
All right, here we go. Sounds popping on us tonight. Can you actually hear the music? You need to wake up, dude. Get some coffee or some water Joe.
You know I don't drink coffee.
Okay, get some water Joe. It's like caffeinated water.
I'm still dancing.
Well, not like you usually do. You're like, I don't know, you're like puppy dog wagging your head or something. So hey everybody, welcome to episode 32 of the Gene Pool Variety Hour. I am
What's up?
one of your hosts, the old guy Sean. I'm the dad of the group, and that guy over there is...
And I'm Connor, the young and exhausted member of the group.
Oh, please. I'm 52 and you're 24. I'm more than twice your age and I have more energy than you. Come on now.
And I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning and have a physically laborious job, and I've basically been working 6 days a week for the past month.
No, okay, I'll give you that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shut
Thank
up
you.
now. Anyway, so I just want to let everybody know, starting off tonight, just a reminder that we are your geek safe space. So tonight you will hear, apart from what I'm about to say now, you will hear nothing about polls or votes or data or numbers or the colors red and blue. The only time you'll hear us talk about red and blue is if it's Halo. So, if you're hoping to hear some kind of commentary about that stuff, there are plenty of other streams that'll be more than willing to fill it out for you. So, yeah, no, not going to do those kind of polls, Ace. Nope, not going to dance on those. People would pay me not to do that. Just like we were talking in
They would pay me
horseshoes
to
and
do
hand
that.
grenades last night. People would pay me not to have an OnlyFans, account. So anyway, so we just kind of hang out.
I think I could pull in some people with an OnlyFans account.
Okay, go for it. If that can make you some extra side money, give you a little gig, that's fine. I forgot Chase.
Dad.
Chase was down the table.
Dad.
Yes.
I've got the ultimate dad bod here. I mean, come on.
No, I've got the dad bod. You've got the Connor bod. So no. Completely different. So anyway, so we haven't gotten to stream.
I'm trying to, Ace.
we haven't gotten to stream in a few weeks. I was out of town last week. I got to fly up to Seattle. And let me tell you something. Guys, if you think wearing a mask is inconvenient, try wearing a mask for about 7 or 8 hours that you can't take it off. Because it was about a 5-hour flight, and you got to go through security in the airport, sitting in the airport, waiting for your flight, and then getting through the other time. It's not.
I got to do that, Dad. Every day. I
guess so. I mean, can you take it off for breaks or anything like that?
The only time we're allowed to take it off is when we're in the bathroom or eating. Otherwise, that's to stay on above the nose, under the chin, the whole shebang.
Wow, that sucks. So
yeah.
So frequently
in a hot and musty factory too.
Whenever I fly to Seattle, I always get an aisle seat because it's a 5-hour flight and I've got a bladder about the size of a pea, so I have to go to the bathroom anyway. But I probably went to the bathroom on the airplane 5 or 6 times on the flight just so I could go in there and take my mask off and go and breathe. It's not fun, man. But anyway, so yeah, well, I was there all last weekend, flew out last Friday, and then the Friday before that, we couldn't stream. I forget there was something going on with you, and we couldn't stream.
I was working I was working the next Saturday.
Well, yeah, that's true, and you're working tomorrow too. That's why we want to jump in and get this done so you can get your beauty rest before tomorrow. So anyway, so we're gonna just jump right in and talk about what's been going on with us lately, and which we kind of have already started doing. And then we'll talk about the movie. Would you call it a movie?
I would call it
I don't know.
let's see. I would call it a limited series, It's
well, we're only reviewing the first one of them, so.
Yeah. Because Berserk of the Golden Age, it's more than a TV show, but it's also less than a movie, It's kind of like those special run TV series on Animal Planet, Fox, whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's about an hour and 15 minutes long, something like that. So it's not like a full movie length. But anyway. Oh, by the way, for everybody that's freaking out this week, just Frankie say relax. So just relax. Just everybody just chill out. End of the world's not going to happen. So, or at least not yet. So anyway,
isn't it isn't one of the vice presidents named Frankie or something like that?
Wow. No. So
yeah.
Okay.
That's
moving
much
on.
I know a little about.
We said we weren't going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're moving on. So,
I know. I was mentioning it ironically as a joke, and
all right. So
because I have no filter because I'm tired.
All right, I know you've been working like a dog. Like you've been working about 6 days a week in a factory. So that's hard work, dude. I get it. But I know you've had time to do other stuff because I've seen you online doing other stuff. So what have you been playing lately?
Dad's finally broken me down and gotten me into playing Destiny 2, and I have been playing it like a dog to try to catch up, and I did.
Almost.
I basically caught up. I got my Titan character to basically 1,000 light, in one 2-day weekend.
Yeah. I mean, with Destiny, you can get your light level up pretty high, pretty fast, going through the campaign stuff like you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But to get it maxed out, to get it up to 1060, which is what I did to get it maxed out for the season before Beyond Light comes out, it became a grind because in Bungie's Infinite Wisdom, when
I'm
you
starting to feel like that.
When
It's not starting to feel like that. Yeah.
well, in Bungie's Infinite Wisdom, when you are grinding to get pinnacle gear, which increases your light level, let's say you have the max light level in all your weapons and all but 2 of your armor slots, and you get another piece of pinnacle gear. It might be another weapon. It might be another weapon. It might be another weapon. It might be an armor that you already have. They don't give you what you're missing. They just randomly give you stuff. So,
I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to basically make it a challenging hunt and grind type thing. You know,
I spent like almost a month at 1059 needing 2 pieces of 1060 gear and 2 slots, and I finally got them. But it became an unbearable grind there at the end. But that's cool. So I guess you're deciding that you're. Why have I got to have a mouse on my screen? Okay. Anyway, why Titan?
Because Titans can either mow people down or protect people, and that's basically who I am.
All right, I like to sling stuff. That's why I do the warlock. I like to sling magic stuff, sparkly things.
It's like the sling stuff. Why not be the hunter when their thing is literally slinging stuff?
But I also like to fly, and so warlocks have wings. So
they don't have wings.
They can jump farther than any of you other people. I mean, you saw last night when we ran that strike last night, when we were getting to the final boss, I literally jumped across the entire jumping puzzle and just skipped the whole thing and floated across. So anyway, in honor of
you've got the
Beyond
shoes
Light,
of Hermes,
I got my Voidwalker shirt on.
Your what shirt?
My Voidwalker, my Warlock Voidwalker shirt.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Oh. And I earned the Moments of Triumph shirt from Bungie, so it should be getting shipped soon now that the season's almost over. So
you did what?
If you can actually earn things with Bungie rewards if you unlock certain things, make it certain, get certain achievements in the game, then it unlocks in your account. You can go to Bungie rewards and there's certain items that you can only buy if you've unlocked it. Well, I unlocked the Moments of Triumph shirt. So it's coming at some point. Yeah. So anyway, anything else?
Let's see. I've also been playing Crown Tundra and Pokemon. It's the most recent DLC. It's been really fun. I've been loving the raid dens. I've been loving the variations of the classic 3 legendary birds. I do love that they brought in all the classic prehistoric Pokemon because there were some hidden gems in those prehistoric Pokemon.
Yeah,
and the ones they had in this series were absolute crap. Basically, they played. Hey, Dad, do you remember Skylander's Swap Force?
I remember we didn't have it. We had Skylanders Giants, but I remember the game Swap Force. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
can mix and match pieces.
You could, like, change out different pieces of characters and such.
Right.
That's basically what they did with the prehistoric Pokemon of the Galar region. They basically had a dragon base or a fish base, and then basically that they had a totally separate piece and basically went like chunk, switched them,
right.
You know, and it shows. It literally shows. In fact, I'm gonna show you because it's ridiculous.
Is this on Switch? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is on Switch. All right.
It just sounds weird. DLC for Pokemon, because Pokemon DLC has always been another Pokemon game.
All right. This is one of the fusions called Dracovish. See that?
Kinda.
It's literally like it's like a fish head. They put it on a dragon tail. Not even on the actual body. They put it on the actual tail.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. And then let's see. There's another one. let's see, Dracovolt. Yeah, Dracovolt. I mean, and then look at that. It's basically it's basically a chicken on the same dragon body.
Oh, how fortuitous that I played the chickens sound
Exactly.
effect.
Why do you think I timed it out like that?
So, um,
But still, it's like, come on, Nintendo, Game Freak. You know, you made gems of Pokemon before, but with this series,
they're
it's like you
just trying to.
freaking
They're
phoned
just.
it into some
Well,
bullcrap.
well, no. I mean, actually, it looks like they're trying some new things because
Uh,
let's be honest. Pokemon, all the Pokemon games are pretty much the exact same game with different graphics and different characters, but it's the same game. It really
yeah,
has. I mean,
that's what makes it fun.
I know, but it's like,
But
okay, I'm buying a brand new game that's the exact same game every single time. It's kind of like, that's why I stopped playing Call of Duty years ago, because they came out with a new one every year with a different name. It looked the same and it played the same.
what about Destiny? Literally,
I know I'm a
the Destiny
Destiny
1
addict.
and Destiny
I get it.
2,
I get it. Right. But
it base
but see, the difference is that Destiny is a loot shooter, really, and so you're earning stuff, and and you didn't really do that in Call of Duty. You played the campaign. It would unlock weapons as you played the campaign, but you didn't like earn cool gear and stuff. And then you had multiplayer. But with Destiny, even in PvE or PvP, you're still getting a chance to get cool gear, exotics, and all that kind of stuff. You and
true.
I've been talking about. So that's what I like about it. That's what keeps bringing me back to it over and over and over. Same thing with like Diablo. When I was into Diablo for an entire year, it's just getting new stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
The thing that I've always found appealing about Pokemon is one the pure imaginative is that the right word?
imaginative. How about imaginative?
Imaginative. So I'm freaking tired. Shut up. Imaginative.
You say imaginative. I say
nature.
imaginative.
And yes, well, every game is essentially the same thing. And you start the game, and you choose your starter. You go through the
Right.
gyms and all that. But every game has its subtle differences that make it worthwhile.
No, I get
Like
it. I get it.
let's see, in Pokemon Black and White, and
Mm-hmm.
instead of having the classic one rival, you had two rivals who you competed against in like a trio of friends.
Right. Right.
In Sun and Moon, instead of gyms, this was the biggest change. Instead of gyms, you had trials that you had to
Right.
earn these special crystals for.
Yeah.
Let's see, in Kalos region, and
I think all this is a
which was
riveting
X and
chicken
Y.
discussion.
In X and Y, they introduced Mega Evolution, a totally new form of battle style.
Okay.
But the past couple of games, they've kind of missed. Sun and Moon, I loved the whole but bringing in a new way to earn progress in a game,
Yeah.
trials and
Yeah.
trial captains.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing that I've always loved about all the games is the antagonist team. Team Rocket, Team Galactic,
Right.
Team Plasma, and all that.
Right.
But in this one, you had Team Skull, which was okay. You do you remember Cobra Kai in Karate Kid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think them with the same amount of pettiness and annoyance, but instead of Karate Kids, they're white wannabe rappers.
Okay.
I mean, that's stupid. Every team has always had
Dude,
a sort
our
of.
country is full of wannabe rappers.
I
Pick a
know.
color. Pick a
And
color
then
too.
I mean, it's
Some of the
just,
people that out there that are making money being rappers, I don't understand how they're making money being rappers.
I mean, and
I
then
but I'm just an
and
old
in
I'm
this
just an
most
old white
recent
guy, so I
game,
guess I just don't get it. But anyway,
in in this most recent game of Sword and Shield, we have Team. Yeah, what's up?
Where'd you go, my nerd?
My nerds on windowsill. I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
nerds,
Ran-
nerds.
those
Anyway,
those are her go-to candy.
You know, I just get a craving from time to time for aquarium pebble, and this just takes the edge off.
excellent.
So anyway, in Sword and Shield, they have Team Yell, which of course, since the Gala region is based off of England, Team Yell is basically a bunch of crazy fans for
Ah,
this
there you go.
one.
I lost you for a second there. Sorry.
Oh, dang it.
No, it's all right. You're there. You're back. You're fine. Go ahead.
Anyway, the point is Nintendo needs to get their crap together and make a real new good game again.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I know. Well, that was a riveting 20-minute discussion about Pokemon.
hey, I will always go on a tangent about
I know.
Pokemon. No matter how old I
Look,
get, that will be the
I
one
get it.
thing
I
that
mean,
stays with me.
I played what was it, the Pokemon Go, whatever, on the phone. I never
That
got
does
into.
not count.
Look,
No, don't you even know?
no, listen. I get that it's not like true Pokemon, but it's like Pokemon for non-Pokemon people. It's like a
Yeah,
gate. It's like a gateway Pokemon. It's like a gateway drug. All right. I
and I'm
resisted.
glad. And
So,
yes, and I'm glad you resisted
because
because
I don't want to
uh,
play that over and over and over. Anyway, so cool. I have been. Anything else that you've been doing besides that stuff?
let's see. I finally unpacked my half of the office, so I've got my desk all set up and
Oh,
everything.
good. Oh, by the
Oh,
way, Ace reminded me that that's not Pokemon. I get it. I know. Like I said, I'm an old dude that just played it because it was on my phone. Anyway, so all right, so you're all set up now, right? Pretty much.
yes.
All right, cool.
However, there was one thing I noticed with my chair or my rolly chair.
Yeah.
It turns I don't know when this happened, but one of the wheels broke off.
Well, it didn't happen here. It must have happened beforehand because it was literally sitting in your room the whole time you were gone, and then it sat on the truck, and then it sat in your apartment. So I don't know how that happened. So
May may maybe while it was being transported in the moving truck, something's moved up against it because it wasn't the actual wheel. It was the socket that the wheel popped into.
yeah, can you fix it?
Um, I did.
Okay.
I just basically had to use a bunch of Gorilla Glue and to basically keep it in and basically
Yeah.
hold the piece of plastic in place as
Yeah.
it fused back together.
Right. Oh, sorry about that, man.
But that's okay. It still works just fine. I mean, just
Right.
as long as I'm not leaning on that specific wheel,
Yeah.
it's not gonna pop off again.
So, I mean, I haven't actually been playing much lately. I played a little. Well, of course, I was gone all last weekend. But, I've been kind of slowing down on Destiny because I hit the max light level, and there's really nothing else to do until Beyond Light comes out next week. So I've been getting ready for. I know that I've mentioned it over in the Discord before, and I'm really going to start pushing it on social media the next few days over the weekend. That I'm doing a charity stream. Wake up, dude. That I'm doing a charity stream next Wednesday on Veterans Day. Most people know that I'm a psychologist and I work for the military, and my unit specifically has had a couple of suicides in the past year, and so I've decided that I'm going to do a charity stream next week for an organization called 22kill.com, which is an organization that provides therapy and intervention services for military and veterans with mental health issues and suicide issues. And we had already raised some money in the squadron for that organization. I decided I'm going to do a charity stream. It gives me an excuse to play video games and try to raise some money for that. So I'm doing that next Wednesday. And so I've been sitting there trying to pick out a bunch of games to play. So, of course, Destiny Beyond Light comes out on Tuesday the 10th. and I'm doing my stream on the 11th, so it's going to be kind of a Destiny-heavy day. I'm going to actually try to avoid playing it on Tuesday so I can play it fresh on Wednesday. And then found a bunch of other games just to get a variety of games on Game Pass to play. And so that's what was on the schedule before we went live. And
you should also check out what's free for gold right now too.
I did. So I just went through, and I've played, of all the games that I'm playing next Wednesday, I've already played a little bit of them just to get used to them. There's a couple of them I haven't even fired up yet, so that'll be interesting. So that's what I've been doing. I've been just trying a bunch of different games, and I found one last night, I think, that is probably going to be my go-to stream game for the next several times that I stream. It's called East Shade. It's on Game Pass. And it's a great self-care game. Imagine if I saw a review, and they said, imagine if you took Skyrim and it was in a boot, and you turned that boot upside down, and you shook out all the enemies and all the bad people and all the combat and all the weapons, and what you had left is Eastshade. It's a beautiful game, but you're a painter. And you go around talking to people and meeting people in towns, and you just paint people and you paint landscapes. You find these beautiful locations to paint, and you paint them and give these paintings to people for their houses or whatever. It's like pro-social, it's calming, and it's beautiful, and I'm like, yep, I'll do that. I'll do that. I need some self-care these days.
So basically, it's Bob Ross the game.
Kind of, except you don't have to have any artistic talent, which is good for me. Basically, you frame the landscape, with your controls. This is what I want to paint, and then your easel pops up on the screen next to you and it paints the painting for you. So it's like taking screenshots, really.
So basically you take a picture and this magical easel just paints it.
Yep.
So
and like people ask you, hey, can you do a portrait of me? And you can do that. Or I want to get a painting of the beach that my wife and I used to go to, and she's passed away. So you go and you find the beach, and you make a painting of the beach and give it to them. So you're just kind of being a nice dude that paints and gives paintings to people. So
cool.
It's really kind of a chill game. So that's what I'm probably I might stream it tonight after we're done. I don't know. Depends on if we're going to get together and play Destiny and stuff tonight. But anyway, so I know you're going to go to bed. But so that's what I've been doing. I'm really looking forward to next Wednesday. I'm starting at 8 a.m. and I'm going till 10 p.m. I'm literally going to stream games for 14 hours next Wednesday.
And Mom's going to let you?
Well, it doesn't matter. Well, dude, look, I'm doing it for charity. That's how I'm getting away with it. So, because Mom's not a big fan of games. So, anyway, and plus it's my day off. It's a day off anyway because it's a holiday for being Veterans Day. So I have the day off. I got nothing else going on. So anyway, and your room has been gutted. The carpet is ripped up. All the holes in the
you
wall.
guys didn't waste any time, did you?
Nope. All the walls have been spackled, and we're gonna paint keels on your mural and repaint the room probably tomorrow, and then we're gonna put floor down ASAP. And Mom's sewing machine and stuff is going to go in that room with the spare bed. So that's going to be her new sewing machine, which means I'm going to be moving this space to the other side of the garage. To the other side of the garage next to the window so that Mom can actually pull her car in the garage now. But now...
Wait, what?
Mom is...
That would also mean taking down all that insulation that's behind you.
Yep. And putting the garage door opener back up and the whole thing so she can pull her car in the garage. But by doing that, I'm gonna reconfigure this a little bit so it's gonna look the same, except it's gonna be a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna have some bookcases behind me so I can actually put all my crap on it. So I won't be having to hang my sign via fishing line magic wire over here. It'll be sitting on a bookcase.
I wish I could do that. But all I got is this signed poster.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. What are you doing, like Vanna White? Like, ooh, what the heck is that? What?
I'm what I call sleep drunk. You're so tired you act drunk.
Oh, hold on.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, what happened? Where's my... Okay. Voice meter's got to restart.
Ah.
No, our audio engine crashed and I had to restart it. So
Mr. Bones says he may have been commenting in the wrong stream.
well, it depends on what else he was commenting.
Sure.
But anyway, so it's going to be interesting because I'm playing a bunch of games that I wouldn't normally play next week. So it's going to be just kind of an interesting way of doing things. So I hope, look, and people don't have to watch me play, but I'm definitely going to have the link to Tiltify, which is where the charity stream is managed. And if people want to donate to the charity, I've never done a charity stream before. I have no idea what to expect. I set my goal at like $200 for the entire day. I'm not expecting a lot because I have no idea what to expect. I'll know more next year when I do it again. But this is just really kind of a trial run to see how it works. So that's what I've been doing, what I've been thinking about, what I've been playing. So we probably need to move on, dude.
Yeah.
Geek question?
Geek question.
I need a sound drop for the geek question. We need to come up with a sound drop for the geek question. I don't have one. So I'll just play the chicken again. So
our geek question.
What's the geek question?
Week, it's something that's a real mind turner. It's a real mind blower, man.
No, it's not.
So the question is, if you could choose to be trained in the use of any melee weapon, what would it be, and who would your master be?
All right, am I going first, or are you going first?
I'm going first because let's be honest, you always need more time to think of your answer.
I already know my answer. It's not going to be a very, very long answer.
So my answer is now I've always loved swords. I've always loved the classicism of it. You know, just the nice slicing and just precision of it. But if I'm honest, I like the idea more of obliterating enemies and mowing them down out of my way, and like physically knocking them out of the way instead.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with War Club. You know, a big knotted War Club type thing. You know.
Yep.
And my master would be Hercules. Because actually, he, in a bunch of his myths, the weapon he uses is not a sword. It's an actual war club. One of his most famous labors is taking down the giant boar Eurybdus.
Yeah.
With basically a giant tree he used as a war club.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And not to mention Hercules is also a very strong hero. He would also basically teach me about morals, how to fight better, how to geez, I'm tired. I'm repeating myself. Anyway, War Club and Hercules.
Got it. Done. All right. My first answer is pretty easy. I would probably go with, if you want to, you correct me if I'm wrong, because you're all about pronouncing things right. But like nunchucks, you know? That's because I don't really feel like, like stabbing and killing people, but I wouldn't mind whooping up on somebody, pummeling them pretty good. So,
but nunchucks aren't even that effective. They were literally made me just for show and for demonstrations. So they were rarely used in actual combat.
But they look cool.
Yeah, look cool. So does a Ferrari, but it's not good for long trips.
Look, you sprung this question on me this afternoon, so I haven't had time to think about it. And and I don't know. I'm not like you. I don't know the names of all the different kinds of medieval melee weapons that are out there and what they are. Okay, I'd say sword. Okay, fine. And of course, you would say, well, which one? There's like 15 different kinds of swords. I get that.
Let's see.
So, no, I'm not asking you to.
There's rapier, scimitar, claymore, serrated, broad, short sword, katana.
I opened myself up to this. Anyway, So I don't know. I always wanted to be able to use those. I can't think of another really melee weapon that I would use. I mean,
A bow staff?
I guess so. I mean, it would be more of a martial arts kind of a thing, more so than like swords and axes and that kind of stuff. Hold on.
What?
I gotta look something. I know what it is, but I gotta hold on. So anyway, if I was gonna think about a non-melee weapon, I would probably think about what? What are you thinking?
No, it's just I'm just gonna say you can't choose lightsaber.
No, you already told me that. I wasn't going to. Anyway,
All right, so what is it?
Well, if I could do like a ranged weapon, probably like a longbow. You know.
And let me guess, Legolas.
Well,
he would be a master.
Probably. Oh yeah, because you're asking about masters. I guess with the nunchucks, it would be like Bruce Lee. I guess I don't know, or Jackie Chan, or
I don't think they ever used nunchucks in any of their films.
You obviously have not watched any Bruce Lee movies. Clearly,
because you never watched any Bruce Lee movies at home. I watched what you watched.
Okay, so
remember?
I watched when I was younger, but you've seen the video clip where they like photoshopped or whatever, edited in a video of Bruce Lee doing nunchucks, but they changed it to lightsabers and put the lightsaber sounds in there.
I never saw that video.
Oh, I got to find that video and show it to you. It's hilarious. Gosh. So probably a bow, but another melee weapon that would be kind of cool is like the Klingon batleth. I couldn't think of the name of it. I can't want to say baklava. I knew that one. The batleth, like the double-edged point.
It's called the batleth, Dad.
Yes, I know. I said the batleth. I couldn't remember what it was called. I kept wanting to call it the baklava. I know that's a Greek pastry. Although I wouldn't mind mastering that either.
If I'm totally honest, I don't
contagious.
I don't think the batleth can actually be properly used because when you think about it, the way it's molded, that with the serrations out, basically forming a perfect C, you having the points almost dig into your arms, and it feels like if they shrunk it down a little bit and made it into a dual one in this hand type thing, it'd be a bit easier to manage. But instead they've got basically one giant thing, and you have to think about where your arms are.
No, it's
yeah, exactly.
It's that's perfect because you don't have to just hold it with both hands. You can also use it as just one hand and like almost like a sickle or a scythe. If you sling it with one hand. So anyway, that would be kind of cool to master.
I feel like it's awkwardly shaped.
Well, yeah, of course it is. It was just a cool weapon that the Klingons, which is a fake race, by the way, came up with. Okay, so it just looks cool. Again, do you not sense the theme here? I want to learn how to master weapons that look cool. I don't care how dangerous they actually are. I just want to master them because they look cool. Because it is better to look good than to feel good. Anyway.
So you want to be a street performer, basically.
Well, you kind of have to make money to be a street performer. I won't tell you this phrase I used to say when I was in high school.
Oh, anyway. Okay. Now I'm really curious.
I'll tell you that offline. So anyway, all right. So that's my geek question answer. I mean, I'm kind of done with that. So. Unless you got more about that. So do we want to do the movie? Anything else you want to talk about weapons?
Let's just let's see.
Yeah, you need to do it. What they said last night. We need to do a half hour of power and get this done so you can get out of here.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the movie.
No, was there something else you want to talk about first?
No, not really.
Okay, well then we're going to talk about the movie. Okay, so now it's time for the next installment of.
Roll for credits.
There you go. Or maybe. There we go. There's a thing. Java's a little slow on the uptake tonight. Oh, I should probably pull up the details.
Oh, I'm tired. So okay, don't call me
No,
Java.
I didn't say no, Connor. Java, the computer language that
Oh,
runs our
Java.
soundboard.
I thought you said Java, and
Oh
I'm like, come
my
on, I'm not that
gosh.
big.
Oh, listening is a skill. You should try it sometime. Anyway, so the
Although
look,
I do look good although I do look good in a metal slave bikini. I have no filter when I'm this tired, Dad.
my sincerest apologies to whoever may be watching this show at this moment and knows Connor and then just got that image of Connor in a metal Princess Leia bikini. I can't unsee that image, and I'm gonna need some Pepto or Tums or something before the night's over now. Thanks. Appreciate that, son. So,
Oh, you're
anyways,
welcome, Father.
so look, we were going to, and when we mentioned this when we rolled for it last time, we rolled for Berserk: The Golden Age Arc 3, which turns out was like the third in his movie series. And I started watching it, thinking, okay, it's 3, so maybe it's just all these individual movies, and it's just the third one in these storylines, where you can just like pick up and watch it. I was completely lost in 10 minutes of watching that movie, so I made an executive decision. And we went back to the very first one. So we're reviewing the 2012 movie Berserk: The Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King. So that has to be one of the longest movie titles I've ever heard.
I don't know.
So
There've been others.
So anyway, so it's anime. I am not an anime fan.
I wouldn't really even call it anime per se.
Well,
it's animated.
Well, but it's anime style. It is anime style. It is anime. It is anime. I mean, come on. It's the same style. It's the same kind of acting. It's the same tropes in anime movies. We were talking about those earlier. So it is an anime movie.
What tropes in anime are?
You do.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that it has some in there.
Ace. The movie is called Berserk of the Golden Age.
No, Berserk. There's the Golden Age Arc 1, The Egg of the King.
If you basically look up Berserk on Netflix, you'll find it.
Okay, well, you'll find all of them. I'm trying to let Ace know which one is the specific one. So anyway, so do you want to talk about the movie? Do you want to talk about the movie or not? Yeah, I completely agree, Ace. So,
okay. Let's see.
You tell me if you want me to talk about it first, or you talk about it first.
You talk about the plot of it.
Okay, so look, so basically,
because you're able to summarize better.
Okay, so basically, the movie starts with this assault on this castle. These two army factions are warring at this castle, and then as this happens, and they're the folks on the outside of the castle are trying to take the people inside the castle. It almost sets up this David and Goliath kind of thing, because they kind of get to this meeting of each other, and there's this huge dude named Bazooka or something like that. Correct me on the name. Bazooka, and he was challenging anybody on the other side to a fight. And this young kid came walking up with his huge sword, and killed him. And so
we are talking viciously killed him. He literally slammed the sword down through the center of his head and cracked the helmet, and for friggin' eye popped out, blood spray everywhere.
Sliced his head literally in half from top to bottom.
This movie series is gory as hell.
So turns out that this guy,
lots of viscera.
The guy's name was Guts, and he was a mercenary, who was just army for hire. And then as he's leaving after he gets paid for his work, when the battle's over, he gets attacked by some other people, and as he's fighting them, he gets stabbed and passes out. And he wakes up in a camp, and it turns out it's this leader of this mercenary band called the Band of the Hawk.
The Band of Hawks.
And so they kind of force him to join them, and it's this whole...
Not force.
Well, they have a competition. He loses a fight. He
loses
exactly.
And joins them. He lost fair and square and paid up.
So he becomes this important member, like one of the top 3 in this Band of the Hawk. And they're a mercenary group that fights alongside the Midlands versus the Tudors, and it's political intrigue and this kind of stuff, and there's battles and stuff. So that's pretty much it. And the movie ends really abruptly because
it's part of a limited series.
Because it's apparently like almost like a mini series kind of thing, and there's 2 or 3 more coming. Or there's two out there already. There's a part 2 and part 3, and apparently Connor says there's a part 4 coming.
Definitely from what they've left off at.
So that's it. I mean, it was only an hour and 15 minutes long, so there wasn't a lot to it in terms of plot. It was really building it. I did kind of like the way this one ended. Kind of left it at a cool cliffhanger at the end.
I did like it too.
But I have a lot of thoughts about why I didn't really like it. But you know, you talk about what you fill in any kind of gaps you want to fill in, and then I'll talk about the stuff that I liked or didn't like about it.
So let's see. The main 3 of the Band of Hawks are Captain Guts, Commander Casca, who's basically the second command female leader of the Band of Hawks, and then we have the full-on leader whose name is Griffith.
Yep.
Now Griffith fills in a very classic anime trope. In a way. A classic anime trope is called a trap, which is a male character who highly resembles a female in terms of facial structure, mannerisms, and all that.
He's very androgynous, yeah.
Yes, as androgynous, but Griffith only looks kind of like a female, mainly because of his fair skin and
white flowing hair,
pronounced lips, and the hair. Yes, he does not act like a woman at all.
No,
he basically looks like a woman in a way, And speaking as someone who has seen all 3 acts, it gets
really weird. You say?
Yeah. Let's say really weird and really demented.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. If people want to watch the rest of them, they certainly can.
If you guys want to watch.
But anyway, so it's this back and forth between them. This kind of weird.
It's these 3 people who basically command the Band of Hawks, and eventually, the Midlands see the bravery and acts of the Band of Hawks after they hired them and after 3 years of working with them, that the king basically knighted Griffith and made the Band of Hawks an official faction of the Midland Armed Forces in a way. So you're starting to see you're starting to get this feel of a band of young ruffians who just feel like the world's done wrong are finally getting a break, and they're getting more and more money, more and more influence, and all that.
But
and it's feeling kind of good.
As they're doing that, as they're getting more recognition, the king is starting to rely on them more and more. The noblemen and the knights are getting
pissed.
Angry and getting pissed off and getting jealous. And so they start to plot,
connive,
and so the main one, it was Count Julius. He was the main general in the army. Julius. He tried to have Griffith killed, but he didn't die. He survived that, and so then Griffith, because they knew who did it, Griffith sent Guts on an assassination mission to kill Julius, and he does.
Crap goes sideways,
along with a whole bunch of other folks, including
goes sideways.
Including
don't say who else gets killed.
All right, so a bunch of other people get killed.
A bunch of people get killed, including Julius.
And Julius gets killed, and a bunch of other people do too. Guts gets injured in it, in that altercation and getting away. And he goes and he talks.
Just an arrow to the arm. That's
it. But he goes and talks to Casca, and then they're trying to find Griffith, who's at some big
fountain
king
talking
party.
To the princess.
Yeah, because the princess has the hots for Griffith, and Griffith is kind of enamored with the princess as well. And so they're going to try to find Griffith, and they hear Griffith talking to the princess, and that's when stuff gets really weird between the 3 of them, right? Because he hears, so they're sitting there listening to Griffith's conversation with Princess Charlotte, and he talks about being a friend and his friends, and he basically says he doesn't have any friends because anybody that he considers to be a friend has to be his equal in every way, and so that sets Guts off because Guts for the last 3 years thought that they were kind of equals and friends doing this as part of a friendship, and he's realizing that Griffith only thinks of him as like a soldier, in his army.
Because
And then,
and Griffith kind of says it in a weird way.
yeah, he does.
When they first meet 3 years prior,
I want you.
yeah, he
That was
literally
just
says, "I
really
want
weird.
you. You are mine. I will tell you when you can die and when you can leave."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Now
And
you are getting some real kind of okay. Does this guy want to fight me or bang me
right.
kind of
So
vibes
and
from it?
and yeah. So that was a really
DTF
weird.
kind of vibes,
Yeah.
you know.
So there was that. So you saw Guts' reaction to that, but then you also saw Casca's reaction to all of that too, because she realized, this whole thing that was connecting between him and Princess Charlotte, because she obviously was in love with Griffith the whole movie. And so they're both feeling a little betrayed by Griffith, and Griffith is clearly just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when they're sitting there talking, some handmaiden comes up to the princess saying that her uncle, General Julius, has been killed. And when that gets announced, Casca sees the injury on Guts' arm again that she had already helped bandage up, and realizes that he was the assassin that killed Julius.
Oh,
so
this needs to be said that
say as much as you want to.
Griffith ordered Guts to assassinate Julius.
Yeah, I thought I said that earlier. I'm sorry if I didn't. I thought I did.
No. I just don't want it to seem like Guts did it out of some petty revenge vendetta type thing.
No, he was ordered to do it, and he did it.
He was ordered to do it.
Yep. So now you've got this now you got this little conflict between the three of them that they haven't talked about yet because it's right at the end of the movie. So it does make me want to maybe watch the other ones to see what happens. Look, I'm not an anime fan, but just to see how the story ends, I don't like just leaving a story hanging like that. But Connor's already watched part 2 and 3. He watched those this afternoon, and based on some comments he's told me, I may not, because it sounds like it gets really, really weird and really, really inappropriate in some ways by the third movie.
Gory, inappropriate.
Yeah, so I may or may not watch those. Feel free to watch them to see how the story ends. It's on
They
Netflix.
are rated R. They are rated R.
Do
not watch them with kids around.
And they're rated R for a reason.
Yes.
And you can probably know what those things are. So,
especially since it's Netflix.
Right. So
anime.
I would. No, I'm not, Bones. But you and I go way back, man. So I know you anyway. But anyway, so look, I will say that I did like the sound design in the movie because I
love the animation style.
Well, the animation style was pretty good, but it was typical anime to me. I didn't see anything overly special. Now, the Altered Carbon movie that we watched, I really like that anime style. I like the what they did there. It's more of a modern style, but in this one, I really like the sound design. The sound design, if you listen to it with headphones, there's really some subtle sounds of whether it be birds or footfalls or whatever that just really sound good when you're wearing headphones. So you should try to rewatch it with headphones on it, and because I bet you'll hear some things that you didn't hear just watching it on the TV. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of a interesting development of a storyline. I don't know really where it's going to go. It was kind of weird that it seemed like it was in like medieval England times with the kind of battles that were going on, but the way they talked and the way they acted clearly was, and the names of all the armies, the General Dragon, White Dragon, General Heavy Iron Ram Cavalry Unit. I mean, they had like 15 names for each unit.
the the black rams, the white dragons.
Well,
They were all named. They were all named after a color and an animal.
and then
In
what they
Act
did, but then it
Two,
was also what they did too. The Black Ram Heavy Cavalry Division kind of stuff. So
yeah. In Act Two, you hear of a lot more of these. He's
I'm sure you do.
We've got the blue whales, the purple rhinos, the crimson scorpions, white phoenix,
Okay,
all kinds of other stuff.
a bunch of stuff I'm probably not going to see.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you like anime, go give it a watch because it was kind of interesting. And here's the other thing that I thought was kind of weird. And of course, this is probably pretty typical of anime.
Shoot.
It's starting out as kind of like I said, medieval England, battling, countries or whatever with the castles and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Guts goes into a dungeon to clear out after they've captured a castle. And there's this weird kabuki demon thing that turns into a minotaur that he fights. That Nosferatu Zod thing. And I'm like,
he looks
where
more like
did he
an
come
orc.
from? What's that?
So here's what I'm thinking with Zod, not Superman's enemy, Nosferatu Zod. I feel like Zod was mainly created as a plot device to help introduce the
egg.
the Belret.
Yeah,
this
right.
this amulet that Griffith wears.
Right.
He was purely and I think he was a demon that escaped the abyssal realm, which is something you hear in Act 3.
Okay.
And basically lived to try and find and try and create the opportunities for the Belret.
Well, I mean,
that's what I think is what's happening. But
that
of
may
course,
be.
all this means nothing to you.
And I guess it'll make sense if it circles back around by part 3. But to throw him in there in part 1, and it was for that one scene, and that was it, and I'm like, okay, I get that it might have been a plot device to introduce the Crimson Bailet, the egg of the king that Griffith was wearing. That was another whole thing about he's destined to rule a kingdom or whatever. I get that it may have been a plot device, but it was just kind of a weird plot device to just throw in there if you don't come back to it for 2 more movies. I just thought that was kind of weird. Yes. Yeah, we got to hurry. I'm almost out of drink.
What about what they did in Civil War when they introduced that basically one-off villain and just for Scarlet Witch and them to practice on,
Yeah.
It's I mean he was never really mentioned anywhere, and he just showed up in that one first 15-20 minute segment and then was never mentioned again.
Yeah.
He was used as pure plot development.
Right. Well, speaking of, and I'm going to chase my own chicken here. Speaking of Marvel and all that stuff, there's a rumor that supposedly there's a report out there. I don't know if it's true or not, and Bones might be able to help me out on this, that Disney Plus is going to do a Moon Knight series on Disney Plus. I'm so looking forward to that possibility. And
who the heck is Moon Knight?
Mitch, hit him up, dude. Look, Moon Knight is kind of like Marvel's version of Batman.
I thought Daredevil was Marvel's version of Batman.
No. Moon Knight is much more like Batman than Daredevil is. And add to the fact that he is potentially crazy and potentially possessed by an old Egyptian god at the same time, or either or.
So it's not Batman if he has powers, because Batman doesn't have powers.
See? I'm a Moon Knight expert. Ask him anything, Connor. Go for it, man.
Okay. Does Moon Knight have any powers? Because if he does, he's not like Batman.
I don't know that. Yeah, and so I don't know a lot about Moon Knight. That's why but I'm fascinated by the character, what I know about him. That's why I'm so excited about maybe getting a deep dive into him. So I'm hoping that happens. And God, who's the guy that I heard was in the talks to play him? Pedro Pascal something maybe, I can't remember. Anyway,
You were talking about the guy that played
I have to Google him and find
the
out.
the guy in Star Wars, not Finn, the other guy, Poe.
Maybe I can't remember if it's him or if it's the guy that does the voice for Mandalorian. It's one of those two. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, it's one of those, I think. But I'm hoping that happens because I really would like to see that and learn more about that character. It's too hard for me to dive into comics because I am obsessively want to start at the very beginning. And as you know, in comics, there's no real beginning. It depends on what storyline they're in. So anyway, that was my chicken that I wanted to chase, based on what you said. So do you have anything else that you want to say about this movie?
Let's see.
I mean, while you're thinking, just to summarize, I mean, if you like anime, it's not bad for anime. It's really short. It's like an hour and 15 minutes.
So if you choose to sit down and watch all three acts, just know they are rated R for a reason. If you are squeamish in any way, whether
Oscar Isaac,
it's
there you go.
blood,
Yep.
whether it's blood and gore, whether it's risque situations, and if you're any type of squeamish in that regard, do not watch these. You will regret it.
Yeah. Well, the first one, there's not really any squeamish stuff. That bad.
There's a lot of blood and gore.
Yeah, but I mean, it's anime blood and gore. It's not too bad. So
there are eyes popping out and heads being split open in full view.
Do you realize?
As an anime expert,
do you realize that one of the people in our chat room is Mitch, who watches horror movies pretty much for a living? I don't think anything shocks him, man. I don't think a little anime blood's gonna bother him too much.
Okay.
Anyway, so do you see what he says about Moon Knight?
Yes.
Mark Spector has a multiple personality disorder. One's a mercenary, one's a taxi driver, one's a billionaire. They're all the living embodiment of the spirit of Khonshu. No superpowers, though. So it's like if Batman. So it's like if Batman had multiple personality disorder and was kind of possessed by an Egyptian god.
So like if Batman and Joker somehow fused together.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
No. Batman and Deadpool.
Oh, dude. Oh, Mitch, be kind. Be kind, Mitch. Be kind, dude.
I'm tired.
Let me explain to you why. Because Batman is Mitch's favorite. Okay.
All
right. I think he's pretty much got a Batman.
Oh crap.
Yeah, he's coming after you. Okay. And Deadpool is probably one of his least favorite. You just tried to make them have sex and have a child together. There's gonna be some heat coming. There's gonna be some heat coming your way.
Comics of that already out there. There's most likely comics of Deadpool and Spider-Man out there.
Okay, that's fine. He doesn't care about all that stuff. Just don't put him with Batman. Those are fighting words, buddy.
It's just when I think of crazy and multiple personality crap, I think of Deadpool.
That's fine. Just see, he's trying to hold it together, buddy. Yeah, just have another drink, Mitch.
Sorry, I am deeply sorry. I didn't mean to offend you in any way. I'm tired, and that was the only thing I could think of.
All right, so I mean, it's anime, man, and I don't usually have much to say about anime, so hopefully I'll have more to say next time with whatever we watch next. So how about we roll for that, and then get out of here, so you can go get. Well, I know. So all right, hold on. So we're going to pick our next movie for next time, which will be next Friday.
Cool.
Let's see. Let me pull my stuff up here.
Oh yeah. I'm working next Saturday too.
Yeah, I know. So, all right. So, we're going to do higher low.
I'm off the next 2 Saturdays.
All right. So we're going to do higher low. We're going to roll a bunch here all at once and get all our numbers. So higher low for Amazon and Netflix. We got roll to 6, so that's for Amazon. Yep. We're going to roll 10-sided dice for our genre, and we got 5, which is comedy. So we're going to get a comedy on Amazon, and roll my percentage dice, and I got a 78. So y'all hang tight. I'm going to go look for the 78th movie in the comedy section of Amazon. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. All right. So, our next movie. Wow, this is kind of a switch from anime and blood and guts and gore and stuff. We're going to be watching the 2018 romantic comedy Destination Wedding with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder.
Did you say Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder in a romantic comedy. And it says the story of 2 miserable and unpleasant wedding guests, Lindsay and Frank, who develop a mutual affection despite themselves.
Despite or in spite?
See you, Mitch. So,
despite or in spite, did you say?
Despite themselves. So they're both miserable human beings, and they end up going to the same wedding and on some island somewhere and get stuck together during that wedding.
How can you be miserable if you're Keanu Reeves? Keanu Reeves is a freaking
he's an American treasure. I know. I get that, but he's playing a role, which will probably show just as much emotional range as any of his other characters, which is 0. That's why he's so good in John.
I don't know. There's this one movie. It's a thriller when these 2 crazy girls kind of break in.
Yes, I've heard about that. That's another one. Yep.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he has some great emotional range in that. I've seen it, so. and he really lets loose. You know,
okay.
It's like
maybe so. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, because all of a sudden you stopped talking, so I didn't know if my sound dropped off again.
I was just kind of tired. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're falling asleep, man, right in the middle of your sentences. That's pretty bad.
I'm sorry.
And until next time. I mean, come on, man. At least make it through a sentence.
I'm trying.
Anyway, look, that's it.
Gosh,
we're done.
Dang it.
We're done. You need to go get some sleep. You got to be up at 4 in the morning again for work. So,
on
I guess
freaking Saturday.
I know, man. So, well, dude, look, I'm gonna be literally pulling up bushes out of my front yard all day tomorrow with Luke's truck and a chain. So, Mom's getting rid of all the bushes in the front of the house. So
now that I'm gone, you guys are just doing all kinds of cosmetic work, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're also running around the house naked too because you're not here. But I'm just kidding.
Mitch is still there.
I'm kidding.
The freaking parts.
Talk about things that people would pay not to see. You know. So anyway,
I don't know. There are some sick people out there.
You read Mitch's comment.
Oh my
god. Speaking of names of sex tapes, I was telling in the podcast Discord channel that I'm in, Mitch, I was telling them that we have kind of a running joke with all that stuff with sex tapes, and I took a screenshot of a bunch of them, and they were all quite pleased with our efforts in all of our sex tape names. So anyway, okay, so we're done. We kind of rambled on. It was kind of a weird one. You were tired, so you weren't near as energetic as you usually are.
Mine would be called, where does this go again?
I don't know that I would advertise a sex tape named that, but okay. All right. So
again,
anyway, moving on.
Again, I'm tired and I have no filter.
Apparently. So we're going to go. So, guys, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Really love having some people to chat with. It's a whole lot better than me just looking at Connor the whole time. So anyway, so we're going to go. And, guys, just remember that that charity stream I'm doing next Wednesday for 22kill.com. I'll be pushing out more information on that. And over the weekend and the coming days leading up to that. It's pretty simple. Watch me play video games and donate to help military mental health issues. So we'll be doing that next Wednesday. I'll be doing that next Wednesday, and then we'll be back next Friday for the next edition of the Gene Pool Variety Hour. So, guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And as always,
stay nerdy, my friends. That thing out of my face. That thing out of my face, boy.
Well, Night at the Roxbury going on here.
This is Night at the Roxbury.
Bye, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.